Howdy, hi there, friends and neighbors. All right, let's get this thing started here. I got to figure out the chat. Anthony, how are you? All righty then. Let's go. I think I got the chat running. Doing good? That's good. Having a good new year? I'm just going to take off where I left off. Picking up some... what was I doing with this guy? You're having a good year? Good deal. Let's do some soybeans. Let's see. Did I have... I think I've got the windrow turned off on this. Let me turn it back on. I was showing somebody at the end of the last live stream how the windrow worked. And I think I shut it off. There it goes. It's on again. Dustin's in the house. Happy Tuesday, he says. Is it Tuesday? No wonder I'm live streaming. How you doing, Dustin? You feel like you just talked to me? Well, you did. Dustin must have said, he must have meant that it was a happy Tuesday because he said it twice. Glad you're doing well. I got some new equipment I'm going to show you, but I'm going to wait a minute. Get a few more of the gang in before I go through it, because I don't want to go through it a dozen times. I haven't actually used it yet, so I want to show it to you and we'll see together how it works. Got a new combine, amongst other things. I'm making a mess out of this field because I can't see around the trees. Are we buying tractors? Actually, I did buy tractors. Not a new tractor. But I've got a mowing system that's new and a combine. I guess you can call it a combine. It's the weirdest damn combine I've ever seen. Miss Nelson's in the house. Hello, Miss Nelson. Hope you had a happy holiday and you're having a very good year. I got to pick up some of this windrow too, because I won't be able to feed and seed. Feed and seed. Yeah, you know what? I think between now and the next live stream, I'm going to see about putting in the AI system. I don't know how to use it. I haven't used it. Well, wait a minute. I think I have. But I could be mistaken. Maybe they fixed it since last time I used it. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Miss Nelson. I'm glad you had a good holiday. I can't believe it's come and gone already. Man, it came fast. It seems to do that, though. It seems to come and go faster every year. Look out for the junk pile. I want to combine the junk pile. We got a little bit of a storm going on here. I was crying in my beer earlier to Scorpion because of something that happened this weekend. I had some circuit blow in my home. My son's bedroom and then the spare bedroom that I use for an office are side by side on one side of the hallway going down to the bedrooms from the vestibule and the kitchen area. And the two rooms are tied together by electricity. So the electricity leaves the kitchen, and that circuit's separate. These 2 bedrooms are on one circuit, and then the power jumps over to the master bedroom and the bathroom, which have their own separate circuits. And somehow, he and I were in the middle of a game that we were going into a dungeon, and the power snapped off. I thought it was power to the house because we'd been having a little bit of a storm. As it turns out, it was just those 2 rooms. The 2 little bedrooms are not meant to have as much electronics as I've got plugged into them. If you can imagine my studio with 3 computers going, 5 monitors, a 55-inch color TV, all the speaker systems, the microphones. I've got 2-3 microphones. I've got all the peripherals hooked up for all the games that I play. It's a tremendous amount of electricity. Hey, Andy, how you doing? It's a lot of electricity. And so when I got out in the rest of the house and found out that the power was still on everywhere else, I thought, we blew the circuit. So I went out to the circuit board and I snapped it back on. And I went back and there was still no power. So I didn't know what to do. Weekend came. We just went to bed. It was later in the evening. The next day I ran an extension cord from the master bedroom into my room. And right now I've got a minimal amount of equipment running. I've got 1 computer running and my microphone, and that's about it. So that I could do a live stream. And my son, we ran a extension cord from the kitchen area, well, the vestibule, which is the entry to the home. We run a cord in so that he could have his computer going, so that we could still the next day continue our dungeon in our game. But it's not good. It's hard to get an electrician. There's a dozen electricians around this area, but it's hard to get one. They all seem to be busy. Now, I'm pretty good with electricity. So I talked to a friend of mine, and he is an electrician. And he told me what the problem statistically probably is, and that's in the outlets. Now, the house that I have is probably up to code. It's a newer home, so I'm assuming it's up to code. But the guy that built it himself to live in, and then I bought it, later. And he hired an actual electrician to do the electrical part. And I think this particular electrician is kind of on the cheaper side. All right, Dustin, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Because some of the outlets are cheesy. I mean, like, they used the cheapest material they could use. Some of the outlets in the house, when you plug something in them, the plug will fall right out. I think they just used the cheapest equipment they could find. And I have replaced a few of them, but my buddy that's the electrician told me he thinks that's probably what the problem is. Leaf is in the house. How are you? Is it Leaf or Leif? Thanks for stopping by. But anyway, he suggested that I just start replacing all the outlets, because he thinks that there's probably an outlet that doesn't have a good connection. And like in the old Christmas trees, one bulb goes out and they all go out. He thinks that's what the problem is. So that's going to take time. In the meantime, I'm running this live stream and everything else I'm doing on one PC and a microphone. So, and I'm sitting in the dark, but that's okay. Enough of that. I was crying like crazy to Scorpion earlier, about all my woes and troubles. The trials and tribulations. Yeah, I debated on whether to do a live stream today, but I thought, well, I better get it done. Get her done. So far, I think everything's going to be okay. That poor little... I put an industrial size extension cord from the other room, though. It's not one of those little cheap ones you buy at a hardware store. This is a regular industrial size extension cord that's got it's got 3 plug-ins on the end of it, and it was used in construction for running generators, or not generators, but some pretty decent size equipment. So it's pretty high grade. It should be fine. It should take the power fine. I mean, these newer computers, they don't take as much power. Well, some of them do. This is a high-end one, so it does. But the monitors don't take half the power. Well, less than that even than they used to. Remember those great big monitors we used to have, look like a big TV? Those things suck some power and put some heat out. These new flat screens, they're not bad. Thank you, Leif. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna wait. Let's see. Andy's in the house, isn't he? I got some new equipment I want to show. I don't know if it's any good. We're testing it out. It's different. It's interesting. And it's not like I need more combines, but I'll test it. Let me just finish this field up and then we'll get over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I keep waiting for winter to get here. We've got storms going on, but they're not in any way wintry. It's just rain and wind, and it keeps getting up in the 50s in the daytime, and it stays in the 40s. The other night it was still in the 50s all night. I keep expecting a little bit cooler weather for the winter, but it hasn't happened yet. Not that I'm wanting any. So anyway, explaining a little bit about my tragedy with electrical problems. I'm missing some monitors. I'm missing a lot of equipment that I normally use. And so I was trying to figure out how to do the chat. So I've got the chat today in a completely different location than I usually have it, and so I have to kind of have to sit in my chair halfway between the game that I'm playing and where the chat's at, because it's in a place that it's either I have to turn a little bit towards it or my neck is going to get a big pinch in it from twisting around like the Exorcist. That'd be a sight, wouldn't it? I got a new headset today, a headphone. It's a cheap one. It's only less than $20. I like to listen to music before I go to sleep because I sometimes have a hard time getting my brain to shut down at night. And so I will go to bed and I'll just lay there thinking about stuff, right? And the more I think about it, the more I keep thinking I should go to sleep. Well, there's no way you can force yourself to go to sleep. I mean, if you're telling yourself, I got to go to sleep, I got to go to sleep, your mind isn't shutting down and relaxing. You're not going to go to sleep. you're just going to get frustrated until finally you just pass out. But so I listen to music, and I've always done that. I used to have an apartment above a grocery store where I would work the graveyard shift, and I'd have to sleep during the day. Well, try to sleep when your apartment is above a grocery store with cars coming and going, honking and slamming, and people laughing and joking and, you know, all kinds of noise. So I ended up having the ability of, you know, turning music on really loud so that it would kind of break out the other noise or block out the other noise, and being able to fall asleep with music playing. And so now I have music playing at night if I can't sleep. So I bought these headphones. They look like, you know, in the wintertime when you have that headband that goes around to keep your head warm. That's what it looks like. And it's very soft material. It kind of looks like a woman's sports bra for my head. It's real soft material, and it's stretchy. And it's got these two little thin speakers that go right over your ear. And they're so thin that if you're laying in bed and you roll over on your pillow, you can't tell. I mean, it's not like having an ear. I've got a set of earbuds that I use sometimes. But when you roll over in bed with the earbud on, it jams it down your ear canal, and it hurts like hell. So I don't like them. I have to lay there with my head not moving. And then if I don't use those, I use a regular set of headphones. Well, they're huge. And so every time I roll over, it either gets knocked off my ear or it wakes me up. So a friend of mine told me about these headphones, and I bought a pair. And they're kind of cool because imagine you've got a what do they call it? What do I call those? A headband. And let's say the room's kind of light. You can just pull that headband down over your eyes, and it blackens the room for you. Pretty cool. Well, I tried them out. They're Bluetooth. I can use them with my phone. I keep a lot of music on my phone. And they last about 10 hours of power, so that's not too bad. And I tried them out. They actually don't sound that bad. I thought maybe they'd be really cheesy in the sound department, but they don't sound too bad. So you'll be happy to know I'll get a good night's sleep because of that. And I can't complain. Like I said, they're less than $20. Bill's in the house. How you doing, Bill? What's new in Sweden? Did Greta get home? All right, I just wanted to do a little bit of this, and then I'll get into it. I want to show you the new equipment that I'm going to try out. Uh-oh, I missed a patch. Can't have that. OCD's kicking in. Actually, I don't have OCD. Well, that's not true. I think everybody has a little bit of OCD. A little bit. A little bit. Some people are really extreme, and I feel sorry for them because that must be hard on people that really have a serious case of OCD, to not be able to sleep and stress out over something that isn't in the proper place, facing the proper way. Or I've known some people that really, really had extreme OCD, and it's got to be bad for them. I had a friend of mine had a heart attack. Well, he worked for me. He was one of my employees, and he was terrible bad. He had a heart attack and stressed over stuff, and he could not leave a screwdriver on his workbench at night and sleep. He would worry about it all night. He would have to get up, go down to his base room shop, and put the screwdriver where it needed to be put. And I've been in his shop, he does that thing where you have the board where you put a wrench up there and you draw, around the wrench so that it shows you exactly where the wrench has to be. His wrench has to be on that pin board in a certain position. So if you put the wrench on that pin board backwards, he couldn't sleep. He'd have to get up and put it the right way. That's how bad he is. It's a terrible, terrible thing, I would think. I'm ootin' a boot. Who's ootin' a boot? Doing okay, but I'm not in the house. Can't you read? No. You weren't here when I explained that my computer's all blew up and my power's out and my chat isn't where it's supposed to be, so I'm having a harder time keeping up with it. Scorpion will tell you this story. Besides, I don't speak Swedish anyway. I barely speak English. What's new, Bill? You say you're out and about. What are you doing? Are you out for pleasure or did you go back to work? Because I thought you had a month left before you had to go back to work. Living in the dark ages. Yep. I don't know. Some of those dark ages must have been pretty fun. Has anybody seen The Witcher? Man, it looks like they just orgied all the time. No, King, it didn't. No, it didn't. I had power go out in my office and my son's bedroom, and we're having trouble figuring out what's causing it because the breaker blew, and I put a new breaker in, but it wasn't the breaker in the first place. But that was the cheapest thing to do at the time, and now I know it's not the breaker, so that's good news in some respect. But we don't know whether there's a loose wire or what is going on, but the power won't come back on in my office in that bedroom. So I'm down to one computer running off an extension cord from another room clear across the hall. And it's dark in here. I'm sitting in the dark. All right, there's the new combine I was going to show you. So let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Let me get off this one. Oh, no problem, Dustin. Ringing phones bother me, so you got to take care of stuff like that. All right, new combine. Let's take a look at this thing. It's called the Tribine, and it's articulated, as you can see. Listen to it start. It starts like it starts like one of them old planes that has the propeller you have to crank. Listen, I'm gonna get closer so you can hear it. Here goes. And then the turbine kicks in. It's got a turbine. Let's fold this thing up. All right, and then let's fold this thing up. You can see how it works. Okay, isn't this thing sound like a monster? All right, on the end here, see the safety panels there, the red and white safety panels? What do they call those? I can't remember. When you unfold the header, they disappear somehow. They're magic. Where do they go? I don't know. And then let's open up now. Watch the side here. This panel on this side's going to open, and it's going to open the pipe up. So let's do that. It opens the back. Notice that panel on the side's going to open. There's a panel on the other side that opens. And then when you actually, let's see, well, okay, let's use it. Although that's corn, I can't do corn. Listen to it, it's turbine. It sounds like a jet engine. If you get motion, look, it's got an engine brake on it. It's got a Jake brake on it. If you get motion sickness at all, this thing's going to drive you nuts. Andy yelling. Sorry. So anyway, let's show you how this thing works. First thing that freaked me out when I used it, I didn't use it. I tried it out. What I did was I did one little strip down the road there, and then I stopped the game. I didn't save it. So listen to that. That sounds like a jet plane getting ready to leave the runway. Okay, now watch the windrow. It pops out the side. That freaked me out. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Alright, now here's what I told you if you have a little bit of motion sickness. Watch when this thing gets to rolling down the road and you start turning with it. It's not so bad when you're combining, when you're actually harvesting. Let me stop that for a minute though. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. Let's just get this thing going. And it really starts rocking and rolling on the terrain. The way the cameras are set up is kind of weird. And I think somebody that has a little bit of motion sickness problems might have problems with this combine running. It's probably whoops. It's probably not as bad from the inside, I don't know. Oh no, it might be just as bad. You know what? If the combine's rocking, don't bother knocking. Listen to that Jake brake. I keep shutting the engine off. Why do I do that? Isn't this thing wild? Alright, so let me put the pipe out. And I'll put the corn header on. You can look at it and see how it goes. It shakes its little butt. I think it's a pretty good sized butt. I said, this combine make my butt look big? Let me get a truck or a trailer or something. Where's my... Let's get rid of this grain here. Time for a different combine. This is a different combine. This reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. It's a combine of another color, of a different color. Well, that's a combine of a different color. Let's get rid of this and then we'll go pick up that corn and I'll do, or corn wheat. I guess I could have kept this in here, the soybeans. Yeah, so hey, with the power out, I'm sitting in the dark all the time now with one little computer screen. My wife was the hero. She even mentioned it. She says, see, that goofy little gift she gave me for Christmas? She couldn't think of a lot of things to get me, so she was getting me a lot of little bitty trinket things, you know, little $10, $20, $30 gifts just for something to put under the tree, right? Well, one of them was a lamp that has like a snake head on it. It's LED, and it hooks into USB port, so it can be run from my computer. So it's the only light I have in the whole room is this little lamp that's running off a USB port. One of the biggest problems is that I don't have my refrigerator anymore. I mean, it's still here, but it's not plugged in, so I can't even get a cold soda now. If I do, I'm gonna have to walk her out to the garage. We don't keep the soda in the fridge in the kitchen because that's where the food belongs. We keep soda in a special fridge out in the garage, if that makes any sense. All right, I'm going to drop this like it's hot, and we'll go get the corn header. And then I'll show you the second piece of equipment we're going to look at today. Hey, it's going to take a little bit of time because there's quite a bit to it, and I haven't looked at it at all. So this thing's got an engine brake. Scorpion, did you ever figure out the brakes? Did you get them to work a little better? Scorpion was going to look at the brakes to see if he could boost them up, because the brakes on this are really loosey-goosey. Alright, so let's open up this corn header. Nothing special about it, I guess. Alright. This thing's a monster. I definitely didn't need it on this farm, but I thought I wanted to at least look at it and try it out. Go jet engine. I feel like Roger Ramjet. Roger Ramjet, he's our man. Hero of our nation. Anybody remember that cartoon? It just freaked me out that the windrow would come out the side. Wouldn't you think that'd kind of gum up the works? Because it has to kind of drive through its own windrow. It'd be better if it was just flying out the back like normal. Oh, well, hey, food's more important. Killer 01. What's XMM? How you doing, Killer? Hey, everybody, we got a killer in the house. Should we be scared? Anyway, it's kind of a weird combine, but it seems to work pretty good. It's just kind of weird, and you know how much I love articulated equipment. It just really makes me laugh out in joy that it's articulated. But then, you know, why not, I guess. And like I said, I don't really need a second combine. I can only drive one at a time. And this is not the Rudeman way, but we're having fun with it, so we'll just go with it. With me doing all the work, I'm generally have half a dozen hired workers doing all the work. All right, Dustin. Dustin says he's got to run. Oh, wait a minute. Is he running because there's a killer in the house, or does you really have to go? Hard to say. We brought up a point earlier. Why is it that why wouldn't corn have a windrow? It might not have a windrow, but it would. Well, I don't know. It would throw stuff up that you could pick up, I would think. The stalks and stuff. Wouldn't you think you'd be able to pick that up like a windrow if you wanted to? Don't know why you'd want to, but... All right, well, that made quick work of this field. Let's go take a look at some of the other equipment, and I'll show you where this is at. The regular combine, that combine's with the regular combines. The new equipment is up in its own little folder up here. Winston 9587, and every time I see one of these little guys here, it makes me want a banana Twinkie. All right, so this whole set here comes with a forage harvester, and of course all the headers that go along with the forage harvester. There's some kind of a trailer for something, and it also comes with a grain trailer of some form, and then it's got its own version of the quicker picker upper, which I have not used yet. Because it's pulled by a tractor. So that's okay. The other one is too, isn't it? Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. This one is, everything seems to be Caterpillar for some reason. And then there's another trailer, a Cat cargo trailer over here. I don't know what its issue is, but it kind of looks like it comes off the frame or something. Interesting. I don't know. And then there's a new version of the Enterprise over here that you can use, the big M500. What's Dustin saying? I get hate in gym class today playing basketball. I get up and start to play again. How Farmsworth Ryan goes out and bales the straw or the stalks. The cargo one spins to the side for use with the Big X. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like I said, I haven't actually used any of this equipment yet. So it also comes with a baler, a Big Pack 1290 baler, and then this interesting mower over here. This is a mower that you pull with a tractor. And so I wanted to try the mower, and I wanted to try the... Oh, this is a swather, a Swarto, Cat Swarto, a windrower. And then I want to try the new mower here, the new Enterprise. We'll call it the Excelsior. All right, so I bought that actually. So there it is right there. Look at the tail on that mama. Look at that. That tail's got a PTO hitch on it. So I'm assuming that you can hook a trailer to that with a PTO for some reason, to maybe a quicker picker upper, but that might use a PTO, or maybe a baler that might use a PTO. Maybe that's how that works. But let's look at this. First of all, it looks a little bit different because this side, what I used to call the nacelles, because if you're familiar with Star Trek, the engines are called nacelles that hang off the end, off the side of it. And that's what this looks like. So that's why I always called it Enterprise. But it looks like they're stacked on top of each other. Let's take a look when we open it up. So they just kind of come together. Interesting. Huh. All right. So it's got all three pieces running. Let me go into the HUD and see. Let's see. Fold mower, raise mower, change cruise control, select camera. All right. Turn off type description. What's that? Oh, that just starts and stops the mower. All right. And what I was looking for was to see if you could change the windrow. Sometimes you can change it so that it makes a windrow, or sometimes you can change it so it doesn't do a windrow. I was just trying to see if it did that. Doesn't appear to. Wait a minute. There you go. Select work mode. There it is. It's there. Wide spreading. How do you do that though? Animals. Wide spreading. Select work mode. We can honk it. Honking don't work. Oh my God. Listen to that. Maybe you can't hear it. Listen. That great big piece of equipment. I've heard Volkswagens that had a louder horn. That's terrible. Alright, so there is a selection to widespread, but what button does it take to change it? Change cruise control. Got any ideas, anybody? How to change that? I'm just pushing buttons to see. And that wasn't one of them. Yeah, they do. Wimpy phone. Wimpy horns. Well, I'll have to figure that out. I can go into the bindings and check to see how to turn the widespreading off or on. So it's set for widespreading right now, which means it probably is not going to come out in a windrow. So that didn't work. I'm just pushing buttons. Any ideas, Scorpion? Have you tried it? Let's move on to the next piece of equipment. We've got I got a tractor, and this is the other mower that we were going to try out besides the Excelsior. This one's kind of cool. So let's start the tractor up here, and we're gonna go and unfold it. Unfold the. I thought that it was just going to stay in the line, so I was a little surprised until it did that. And I thought, oh, this is sweet. Good Lord, when you started up, I thought the tractor was going to stall. This is kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to try some mowing, I guess. Let's go try this one out first since I'm in it. Seems to pull pretty good behind the tractor. So I'm going to go in this first pasture here. We'll try out these mowers, see how they work. Left control Y for me on changing the work mode. Left control Y. Alright, I'll try that. Left control Y. Work mode. Alright, let's put the HUD back on. Left control Y. Left control Y. Oh, you mean on the keyboard? Nope, didn't do it. Left control Y. Not doing it. Right control Y. Not doing it. Alt Y. Not doing it. Y not doing it. Don't know. Unfold it first then. Oh, well, that might work. Thanks for the advice. I didn't think about that, but he's probably right. Why would it change it if it wasn't unfolded? Seriously. Is my face red? There you go. Swath dropping. Widespread. Swath dropping. Widespread. Swap dropping. Mouse droppings. Widespread. Alright. Thanks, Scorpion. Yeah, butthead. Just kidding. Ow! What did I do? Hit the wrong key. Alright, let's get back and try this one. Unfold it first. Why didn't I think of that? Well, I guess you guys wouldn't be able to laugh at me if I thought of everything. And what's the entertainment in that? Got a little entertainment value, you know what I mean? Uh-oh, get into the fence. Alright, let's lower it. Kick it on. Oh, it's on. Oh, I see. That's what the swather's for. Good Lord, this thing flies. I wish it'd take those trees down. This one's a little bit harder to control because you're pulling it. So notice the tractor's going every which way because I'm trying to stay as close to the fence as I can. Alright, I don't want to cut the whole field down because I want to try that other piece of equipment. Look at this. Look at how much it mows though. Gee whiz. Alright, let's try this one. You know what? Let's try... Let's see. We needed the swather. Let's try this thing. And see how that works. And then let's try the baler. Bale shoot. What's that mean? Bale shoot. Bale collect. What's the difference? Bale shoot. Bale collect. Bale shoot. What does it do? It puts this little thing on. Or bale collect. Can you hook a collector up to this, and then it will come out of there and go right onto the trailer or something? And does this one just come down and it pops it on the ground? Anybody got ideas on that one? Yeah, I should cut the trees. Dennis, how are you? Appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Bale collect is for an auto load trailer. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Did I buy this already? No, I didn't. Alright, I got carried away. Sorry. Okay, let's gosh, I don't know what to do. Was there a bale trailer that came with this outfit? I don't think so. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let me just get the baler and we'll put the chute on it and just see how it works. I just want to see how this thing hooks up. It's monster equipment. Sweet, look at that. Look at that. That's a whole hell of a lot of yellow there. Looks like one bumblebee mating with another there. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. No trailer. You can use the New Holland auto loader. That is cheaty. Oh, the one that I can hold like 1,000 million stuff on it. Now, I don't know, it seems like this stuff is pretty well done for silliness that it is. It's sure big equipment though, isn't it? This is not equipment that I'd probably want to use on this farm. But on some of those huge farms, this might be kind of handy. No, I probably don't do any logging. I don't do much logging. I do the easy logging. I got a piece of equipment that'll cut them down and make them disappear, period, boom, it's gone. All right, Dustin. Eat dinner already. He must be on the East Coast. Dinner sounds good though. We made a meatloaf this weekend. I had a meatloaf sandwich for lunch today. I love meatloaf sandwiches. I actually like meatloaf the second day more than the first day because I make sandwiches out of it. Yeah, this farm's a little too little for equipment this size. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut those trees down. There's no way I'm getting through there with these things spread out like that. I'll tell you what, I'll just work on this front end here. Let's get this thing put down. Okay, I think I put it on windrow. Let's see, how do you start the... Unfold the baler. Unfold the baler. There we go. Lower the pickup. Yeah, you want to lower the pickup. Wow, that's weird. Man, it really goes low, doesn't it? Turn the baler on. Alright, let's get this thing turned on. Man, that's a lot of equipment running there. Do they have collision? I'll tell you in a minute when I hit that fence, because you know I'm gonna. Wait a minute, is it not mowing? Or is it mowing? I can't see if the mower's running. Yeah, it's running. Mower's running. Alright, when I flip around, you know I'm going to hit that fence, so we'll find out. Yeah, I think there's collision because it's running into the ground. See? No, maybe there's not. I think that baler's running a little bit low to the ground because it seems like it's pulling pretty hard. And the baler's actually missing part of the windrow. That's not convenient. You could blame the terrain, I guess, but it looks like it's pulling pretty straight. Look at the size of those bales. What am I going to do with those bales now? Notice the light on the baler blinks when it's ready to poop another one out. Or at least it looked like it did. No, maybe not. Man, this thing doesn't steer worth turds. Look at that thing's just pushing itself around. It's not... I think things are too low to the ground. See, that front mower's not mowing when you turn. Or maybe it is. It's missing something, though. Yeah, the baler's not pulling right. All right. Well, there you go. It works, but it doesn't work. It could work better. Let's put it that way. All right. So there you go. What else was there? There was the forage harvester. Do I want to look at that? I'm interested at this a little bit. I don't know what it's for. Let's look at it. That's kind of weird. What the hell? It's got a... What is this? Uh-oh. Hang on. Look, the whole weight of this thing sits right here. And then what? It looks like this back end must just flip up or something. That's weird. It's got what looks like a conveyor belt on the end. This thing's weird. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Auger wagon, also known as chaser bin, are trailers that have their own screw conveyor. You can use them to store your crop in and directly unload it to other trailers. It's interesting. It's an overloader. That's interesting. Hook it to the Big X. What would it do if I hooked it to the Big X? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't look like it picks anything up off the ground. All right. We'll hook it up to the Big X. How come it won't let me unhook this? There it goes. Never mind. Alright, we'll go give it a try. I don't know what it's supposed to do. That's not the Big X. Oh, this is the M500. Sorry. I thought it... I haven't bought the Big X yet. Alright. Midas Touch, Michelin, Trelleborg. I like the Trelleborg better. Wide tires are fine. I like wide tires. Capacity. What's the capacity? Oh my God. What's this thing hold? 2 million? Is it 1, 2, 3? 1. This thing holds $1.5 million or 2 million. Isn't that crazy? Right, long pipe, standard long pipe. I'll do the long pipe. Why not? This thing comes in any color as long as it's yellow and black. All right, and then we're going to buy one of those, I guess. Scorpion wants to see it. Oh boy, a lot of yellow and black, isn't it? Oh, did I? Oh, I bought 2 of them. When did I buy one? Don't do capacity. You shoot the chaff into it. How do you shoot the chaff into it? Hook it up to the big X. That's not a big X. Don't do capacity. No, too late. I did capacity. Darn delay. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I told you I can't see the chat. It's not where it's supposed to be. I have to make a special effort and twist my head to see the chat. Besides, there's like a 20-minute delay on it. All right, customize. Extension. Standard. Okay. Man, this thing's like it's on a balloon. Oh, I suppose I need a header, don't I? Oh, jeez. Why am I messing around with this stuff anyway? I probably want this one right here, don't I? For the grass. I'm sitting in the dark. I won't even know what time it is, so it may be. These things don't work well together. Look, it doesn't turn right. Something's wrong. They don't pull very good. It's like they're not made for each other or something. It's like it doesn't turn, like it just pushes itself around. What's that big tank in the front for? Jesus. Oh my God, this thing's squirrely. Header schmedder. 203 p.m., 2:03 p.m. Well, yeah, in Texas maybe. What's it for me? Or did you already translate it from Texas to English? Maybe you did, because I started at 1. And I've been stumbling around for at least an hour. Somebody tell me when it's 3 o'clock. I don't have a clock in here and there's no power. I'm sitting in the dark. I can't even see my hands. That is your time. So he translated it from Texas to English. It's 2:03 my time. This field's going to be messed up. There's bales. There's windrowed grass. There's unwindrowed grass. And there's lots of yellow and black. Like I said, you can buy this stuff in any color as long as it's yellow and black. This thing's kind of hard to drive. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's see what happens here. Unfold the pipe first. Oh, okay. I can do that, I guess. Let's go back to the trailer and see if there's... Is there a... unfold the tipper. What does that do? What? Oh my god. Okay, I know what this is. I've seen this before. Okay, this is kind of cool. I understand now. I've seen this equipment like this before. But where's it going? Because it says there's nothing in the trailer. It said nothing's going in the trailer. What's going on? Bill's back. Yeah, it's not picking anything up. This trailer may not be for grass. Or maybe the capacity's too big. I don't know. Well, it's picking something up. It's just not registering. It's like, okay, we need like 10,000 million, and then it'll start showing up. This thing flies, let me tell you. I'm pumping the accelerator. If I left it straight down, it'd be going 100 miles an hour. And it steers real bad. Good Lord. I'm doing 34 miles an hour. All right, now it's starting to show. Woohoo! Woo! I'm telling you, it steers really bad. It's like it's on ice or something. I'm making a mess out of this field. All right, now let me get a trailer. What kind of trailer is this anyway? Is this supposed to shoot this to a different trailer? Do I just drive underneath it? Man, it sits pretty high off the ground, I'll tell you that. Well, I don't know. This might just be a grain trailer. I don't know what kind of trailer this is. Let me see what it takes. All right, tippers, tipper. Trailer, tipper. Is that the one I'm using right there? It's supposed to take that, I think. Biggest cup of tea in the world. Yorkshire tea is the shit. Is it Yorkshire Gold? Maybe you have to be in the trailer or in the thing. Okay. Let me check. It looked like it took grass, so let me get under it again. I'm not getting much work done tinkering around with all this equipment. Alright, let me jump back to the trailer. Stop engine, detach hire worker, select tool. Pipe in, pipe out, pipe in. Oh, that's a different pipe. Hang on. Pipe out. There we go. I didn't have the pipe out. But now what? Turn on harvester. Huh? Pipe in. Well, that isn't gonna do it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. What am I missing? No, the original. That's a forage wagon. Of course it takes grass. Right. Well, that's what I thought. There you go. That's the favorite drink. What are you talking about? What was it again? Yorkshire Gold. Yorkshire Gold is the drink that Tom Baker likes. He likes Yorkshire Gold. Gee, Tom Baker, the old Doctor Who. I got to get back to work. I'm not getting anything done here. All right, what were we doing with this guy? Missed a corn header. Let's get some more corn. There's another field down here. I'm going to have to play with those pieces of equipment. You got the pretty good idea, though, what it does. See what I mean? You get... If you've got motion sickness, this thing's going to drive you nuts. The way it just shakes the whole camera up. The camera's really weird on this. And it's squirrely as well. This thing might work pretty good on a very a field that doesn't have a lot of terrain, up and down hills, things like that. I have to get a stewardess for this thing, though, so she can, because it sounds like a jet plane taking off. Make sure the passengers buckle up, know where the emergency exits are. Okay, there's collision on that header. I thought I would test it out, and there is collision on it. Yeah, Scorpion, he used to be a flight attendant, I guess. He knows all about the seat backs and stuff. And yeah, I get my tea from London. I do a couple orders a year, at least. It depends. I like it fresh, so I've been ordering a little more often. My wife is always worried about how much is it going to cost to ship it from England. It's actually not that expensive. It costs a little bit of money to ship it, but so I used to only make a couple of big orders a year, but I like the tea to be more fresh. So I've been ordering smaller orders. Like I'll order 2 boxes of English breakfast and 1 of Earl Grey, and then the next time I order, I tend to drink more English breakfast. So then the next time I order, I'll order a couple of English breakfasts and a Russian Caravan. I like that in the afternoon. Russian Caravan's good. It's got a good flavor to it. It's a little bit stronger tea. It's more of an afternoon tea than a morning tea, though. In my opinion. I'm no tea expert, but I drink a lot of it. Actually, I don't. I usually drink 1 cup a day of English breakfast or Earl Grey, depending on how I feel when I get up. Oh, the brakes. Man, I couldn't get this thing stopped. I didn't know jet planes had backup horns on them. I don't get it from Boston Harbor, I'll tell you that. Anyway, there's I keep wanting to try the Yorkshire Gold. I think that I've had Yorkshire tea. I just don't remember if I've had the Yorkshire Gold or not. That's what Tom Baker's always talking about. Tom Baker, I'd like to murder a cup of I'd murder a cup of Yorkshire Gold. I don't know what that means, but I've heard him say it. Just like everybody thinks that Patrick Stewart drinks Earl Grey hot. He doesn't. When he drinks tea in real life, he doesn't do Earl Grey. I think he eats some kind of, or drinks some kind of a, what's that other one? Jarling or something like that? Jailing? I can't think of the name of it. Lipton? Hell no. Lipton. Yuck. Actually, Lipton's not bad for an iced tea. If I drink Lipton, it's got the Sun tea. I get that Lipton. They comes in a great big tea bag that you put in a gallon jug or two. You put 2 or 3 of them in a gallon jug and set it out in the sun, and it makes sun tea. All right. I've had too much fun with this thing. It's making me sick. So I'm gonna put this thing to rest for a minute here. Seriously, if you had motion sickness, which I don't necessarily, my VR set has made me sick a couple of times in different games. But man, that drives me nuts. Let's grab something to pick that up. I got soybeans in the front of this, but I can put corn in the back and it'll be okay. Lausanne tea is good tea for iced tea. Citrus tea is awesome. Citrus tea. I don't like, you give me an orange, or not an orange, a lime or a lemon, and I'll suck the juice right out of a lemon. I love to eat lemons and drink lemon juice and lime juice, but I don't like it in tea. I don't like anything in the tea except for sweetener. And I like a lot of sweetener. I used to just drink regular iced tea, and somebody gave me a southern sweet tea. And man, I was sold. That stuff is good. Except for I can't drink sugar tea, but that was a few years ago. That's it, Andy. Thank you. That was it. Darjeeling. That was it. That's what Patrick Stewart drinks. I heard that from the horse's mouth, and I don't mean Patrick Stewart. There's a guy that plays one of the games that I play, and we talk on Discord, and he actually got to serve Patrick Stewart tea at some event, and Patrick Stewart made a big deal out of drinking Darjeeling. That was his tea. All right, I'm switching back to the regular combine, the class, and we're going to go about doing that soybean field over there. Now this combine wiggles a little bit, but boy, nothing like that other one. That other one was like riding on a balloon. Yeah, I gotta do something about these trees. Jeez, they're in the way. I can't see where I'm combining. I'm still kind of freaked out by windrow on soybeans, but I guess it works. It is bounding around. Yeah, I had a discussion about that. I really think that it's an acquired taste. If you start drinking tea and coffee both black, it's got to be an acquired taste, because that's nasty shit. Pardon my French. And that's why I never started drinking coffee after I was old enough to drink coffee. I'd put so much sugar and cream in it when I was a kid that I just couldn't bring myself to drink it black. It just was god awful. And I really think that had I just drank it that way, I would have gotten used to it, and I would probably like it. You kind of get accustomed to things, though. I remember the first time somebody tried to get me to eat a hot pepper. I mean, I'm just talking about eating a hot pepper out of a jar, you know, those really, really hot jalapenos and stuff. Man, I thought, this is awful. After doing it for a month, you get used to it, though, and you kind of crave it. It's like, hey, yeah, give me that jar of pickles there. Not a pickle, but chili. I'll eat it. You acquire a taste for things, I think. Black coffee and tea for you. Spicy. Andy says he puts sugar in his black tea. I tried putting milk in tea, and it was the most awful thing I'd ever done. I had a cup of tea. I put just a little bit of milk in it. I took a sip of it and threw it away. I just threw it down the sink. Never did it again. I don't know how you guys drink it like that. And don't make the mistake. People make the mistake because they use a creamer in their coffee that English people use a creamer. They don't use cream. They use milk. And if I'm wrong, correct me, but that's what I've been told. Yeah, see, I could drink a cup of coffee if somebody gave it to me, even today, but I'd have to put so much sweetener in it that it wouldn't be, it's not worth drinking. So I just never got in the habit. You gotta be careful with coffee anyway. Coffee can be a little bitter. I don't know. I've never really had a bitter tea, but coffee can be a little bitter. And hot, if you know what I mean. I don't mean hot temperature wise, but I don't know. Just another habit I don't need. Alright, let's push this header out of the way. There we go. Get out the road. French vanilla, mocha, and hazelnut. A coffee mixologist, huh? Did you put a little brandy in it? Okay, I've heard that before, but what would you put brandy in? Do people put brandy in coffee? Because I've heard people say, oh, you put a little brandy in that. But what is it they're talking about? Are they talking about coffee with a little brandy? Now, I don't drink brandy. I don't drink alcohol, but I don't think I've ever had brandy. You know, at Christmas time, people put whiskey in like eggnog and stuff. I got two things. You're either ruining the whiskey or you're ruining the eggnog. Why don't you just drink your eggnog and drink your whiskey and leave it alone? And what's with these rum balls? I've had people bring rum balls to a party where there's so much rum in them, you can see vapors wafting off of them. Andy says he puts brandy in a glass. There you go. I'm with Andy. Why waste a good liquor by putting something in it? Or vice versa. Oh, there's Scorpion. Got a girlfriend named Brandy that his wife don't know about. My wife drinks a thing called Irish cream, whatever that is. I think it's a liqueur, but I'm not sure. And that's occasionally. That's, uh-oh, what did I do? I'm talking she'll drink something like that maybe once a year. She's got a bottle of Irish cream up in the cupboard, and she'll pull it out about once a year and drink a little bit of a cup of it. I need a trailer. Let me get my... Oh, it was still running. Look at all that crop I still left. I haven't even started doing any kind of seeding or plowing. Bailey's, that's it. Bailey's. What's Bailey's? Wait a minute. Maybe you're not talking about that. Let the rum keep their balls. Is it Bailey's Irish cream? Is that what you're talking about? Because that sounds familiar. What wives need that to put up with us? Yeah, you're probably right. All right, now I don't know if that's my field down there or not. I'm gonna go take a look. I think it is because the fence doesn't start till after that field. So I think that's my field. We're gonna find out here in a minute though. Looks like it. Too much sugar in Irish cream? Is that what you're talking about, Bill? It is awful sweet. She had me taste it once, and I said, "Oh God, what are you trying to do? Kill me? I got diabetes, remember?" Man, that's tight to the fence, isn't it? This field. You know, it would be cool if you could just take that tree stump remover thing and just drive it right over the barbed wire fence and get rid of it. That'd be cool. Remember the Alien Jim one that you could do that? Alien Jim put some hedges and wire fences that you could actually cut out with a stump remover. That's pretty. That was pretty creative, I think. Wonder how old Jim's doing, Alien Jim. Maybe he phoned home. I don't know. I can't wait to get this electrical problem fixed, though. I could probably just hire an electrician to come in and get it done. But I want to try something first. I want to try what my other friend said and just replace all the wiring plug-ins and stuff and see if that might be a problem, that there's a loose one or something. It's like they need to be replaced anyway, whether I hire an electrician to do it or not. And I've done a lot of that kind of work, so that's not a problem. Putting outlets in and stuff like that. Plus, my nephew's supposed to come and help me because it's not an easy job for me anymore, getting down on my knees. And because you know where outlets are, they're always like a foot and a half off the ground. So you got to be all humped over or sitting on your ass, one of the two, on the floor, and that's not comfortable for me. And I've got I don't have bad knees per se like you would think, but I did used to break horses, and I used to ride dirt bikes, and I've crashed a few motorcycles, and I've been bucked off of a few horses, and my knees are, they're, like I said, they're not bad. It's not like I need knee replacement or anything like that, but it's hard for me to get down on my knees. It's just hard on me. So working on outlets like that, you're down, you know, all bent over on your knees trying to do that work. And so I've got one of my nephews, his dad was a contractor, and he's pretty good at that kind of work. He's going to come and help me. So I thought they need to be replaced. If I hire an electrician, it's going to cost me a lot of money just figuring out what the hell's wrong in the first place. And then to have him, you know, pay him to put in new outlets is kind of silly when I can do that myself. So I'm suffering in the dark here with a computer running off of an extension cord until my nephew gets here this week sometime, and we'll start working on it. Hopefully we'll find the problem, and I won't have to hire an electrician. Now, when it comes to plumbing, I'll pay them whatever they want. I hate plumbing. I'd hire a plumber in a heartbeat if I had a plumbing problem. I don't want to mess with that at all. Let somebody else crawl into my house and look at the sewers. I ain't gonna do it. Oh, that's right, I do, don't I? Thank you for reminding me. Oh my God, I forgot all about that mod. Thank you, Scorpion, for reminding me that it's there. And it's right time, too. Don't you hate these games? Let's see. Elite Dangerous, that game that I play, the space game. They've got the time all the time, but it's their time in wherever they're at, Norway or Sweden or someplace, wherever Frontier is, that company. And so I don't know what time it is. It's about 8 hours off from me. That's all I know. And I can't remember which way. And who wants to do the math anyway? I overshot that one. Alrighty, let's go get some soybeans. In Bill's backyard? Yeah, I don't know. Bill might know. Have you heard of the game company Frontier? They do Elite Dangerous, but they do something else too. They do some kind of roller coaster game. Dustin's back. How was dinner? What'd you have anyway? I'm hungry. No, I'm actually not. I had a meatloaf sandwich, but I like to eat, so. Says they're in the UK. All right. There you go. They're in the UK. Back to work it is. Okay, so anybody got any new maps they're playing? Cambridge? Isn't that a college or something? Yeah, that's not his backyard. Isn't Norway your backyard? Or the Netherlands? Isn't the Netherlands your backyard? Or maybe it's your front yard or your side yard. I don't remember. Denmark. There you go. Denmark and Norway. So I watch a YouTuber that lives in Norway. He's from England, but he lives in Norway. Gopher is his name. And then, didn't Stefan, you guys remember Stefan? Wasn't he from Denmark or Norway? And Finland. Man, you're surrounded by a bunch of people, aren't you? Do you guys import your nurses from Switzerland? We've got a lot of Finnish people where I live here. They, one of the first people that came to the Great Northwest here in Oregon were Finnish descent. Lots of them, and they still keep their culture. We have regatta every year and a Fin Fest between here and across the river in Washington. When I worked in a little town called Nacelle, and it was probably about 80% Finnish people. They flew the American flag, but they flew the Finnish flag as well, trying to keep their culture. You know, they're born and raised, most of them. Some of the generation's still there from Finland, from the old country, but the new generation, of course, they're Americans. I mean, they've assimilated, but they fly the American flag, but they fly the Norway flag as well. Very proud people. Want to stick to their heritage. Okay, Bill took offense to something I said, but I'm not quite sure which because there's a delay. Are you talking about the imported Switzerland women? There's about a 10-minute damn delay in this live stream. I'm on to 10 other subjects after I say something silly. Nurses, right? What, you don't like Switzerland nurses? Swiss nurses? I thought Swiss nurses were pretty. I don't know. I've never been to Switzerland. Never been to Sweden either, for that matter. I knew I'd say something to get Bill. I would think that Swedish women would be able to knock the snot out of Swiss women. Swedish women look pretty sturdy. That's a sturdy woman. I like good sturdy women. They can work around a farm, do a day's work. Not that they don't. Anyway, better not get into that, I guess. A 45-minute to Denmark. 3-hour car travel to Norway, 4th to Germany. All right, let's finish this field here. Yeah, Texas is a big state. Most states in America are pretty good size. You get on the East Coast, there's some pretty small ones. Montana's pretty good size. California's big. Florida's not that big, but everybody's old there, so it takes them a while to get around. So they seem like it's a big state just because they're so slow. Ohio, medium-sized state. Yeah, that's true. But, Dustin, what you have to consider, take a look at a map and compare the size of Ohio to most European countries, and you'll see that Ohio, even as a medium state, is still pretty good size compared to some countries. Ohio, Ohio. A lot of crime in Ohio. The Panhandle, eh? I'll tell you what. I just wouldn't want to live someplace where there's tornadoes and some of the storms that you have to get through. We have some pretty good storms here on the coast. But in the summertime, you can sit out in a thunderstorm and not have to worry too much. I've been in some states like, in the tornado alley or whatever. When there's a storm, you don't want to be out in it. I have some pretty fond memories about good old summer storms, where the rain would be actually kind of warm coming down, and you'd sit out at night and watch the thunder and lightning, and you'd think it was pretty close, but it wasn't. It was actually many miles away. All right, let's go get our truck. Polar bears don't go to Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, ask Dorothy Gale. Don't go to Kansas. You end up in another world. You have to fend off those munchkins. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow. We're not in Kansas anymore. I used to watch those shows where they'd chase tornadoes and stuff. I think these guys are nuts. People crazy, man. Storms are good for watching on TV. They're not good for driving through. Woo! I keep forgetting this thing unloads from the side. Oh, it's hitting the wrong key, no wonder. There we go. Hit the right key. It might work. Wait a minute. Am I in the wrong trailer? There it goes. What? What went off in your garage? I like these gravity trailers. They're kind of cool. I guess I probably should have made them the same color. I'll tell you one of the things that really freaked me out one time was I was driving down the main street of our hometown here, and it was raining. And I had the windshield wipers going like crazy. And I looked in the next lane, and it was dry as a bone. And I drove for maybe a quarter of a mile that way. It was just freaky weird. I kind of stuck my head out the window and looked up, and there was a cloud right over the truck, but not over to the end of the other lane. It was the freakiest thing I'd ever seen. All right, did I miss a field? I think I did, didn't I? No, maybe I didn't. No, I think I'm done. No, I did miss a field. There's a cornfield right there. All right, get the combine. Wait, the combine wasn't empty. I'll take the combine to the trailer. How's that? Thanks, Scorp. Appreciate it. Okay, by the way, guys, Thursday, speaking of live streaming, I may or may not be able to live stream on Thursday. It all depends. I've got a dentist appointment in the morning, which is not going to interfere because I'll be home long before 1 o'clock. But my wife goes in for a stress test on her heart. And I might have to be with her. So if I do, I won't be able to live stream on Thursday. So I'll try to make it up some other time, and so be prepared if I don't show up. That's why. When I had my stress test, I went in by myself, but she's never had one. She's a little nervous. We'll see. They told her it'd be several hours, and so she might not want to put me through it. She's good about that, not wanting me, because she knows that I don't like just sitting around. I don't have the patience to just sit around. Uh-oh. Did I knock that thing so far out of whack that it's... Oh, that's not... That's for the other one. I need this one over here. So anyway, stay tuned. I might be here on Thursday. I might not. Which side am I supposed to grab a hold of here? Not this one, I guess. No, wait a minute. Alright, maybe it isn't this side. Go on the other side. I thought for sure it was this side. Well, what is going on? Did this thing get knocked over? Oh, I'll bet it did. Hang on. Super strength. Let me see if I can grab a hold of this. I think it got knocked over. Uh-oh. Maybe. Let me take a look. See if I can grab it now. Yeah, Scorpion speaks Spanish a little bit. I eat Spanish. I like tacos and tortillas and stuff like that. Enchiladas. I like Mexican food. We used to eat Mexican food at least once a week. Whether it's home or a restaurant. We'd have Taco Tuesdays all the time. Everybody'd come over, we'd play games on a computer, Taco Tuesdays. Play World of Warcraft till 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, maybe not 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock at least. Quesadillas. You like them quesadillas, huh? Like them quesadillas. Tacos on the side. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I hope you guys had fun. Stay tuned. If you see me on Thursday, I'll see you then. If you don't, I'll try to make it up. If not, I'll see you next Tuesday. But you know, I might sneak a live stream in here sometime this week. It depends. If I've got this electrical work to do, I'm going to be busy. But in the meantime, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you had fun, and everybody have a good evening. Good night, guys.